Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. How's it going, everyone? Hope everyone is having a great and wonderful day. And it's nighttime now, and we're going to talk about what happened on NXT: The Fallout from Battleground tonight. A weaponized steel cage matchup was kicked off. I thought that would be the main event of NXT, but it decided to kick it off as Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, former Toxic Attraction tag team partners, went at it, and it was crazy. But a choke slam through a table is what finished JC Jane off, as Gigi Dolan does pick up the victory. And Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Wes Lee. He says, how you feeling about being the longest reigning North American champion? Wes Lee was pretty excited about it, and basically he was feeling really good. But then the Dyad interrupts him, and then all of a sudden, right, Wes Lee was about to bring it, but then Tyler Bate goes, hey, even though it was spirit of competition, we're still mates. I got you back. And Wes Lee's like, you got it. So there is that. Meanwhile, Tony D'Angelo is getting his mugshot while Gallows is celebrating the title victory over the Creed brothers. But then Channing Stacks Lorenzo confronted them, saying that they ratted Tony D'Angelo out, and they attacked Stacks. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams decided to address the NXT universe. Talking about how heck of a match it was. But then Noam Dar, with his entourage, comes out. That's Oro Mensah, Jakara Jackson, and Lash Legend come out and basically challenge. He wants to challenge Carmelo Hayes for the championship. I'm like, oh boy. And Carmelo Hayes, you know what? You got it. And then Cora Jade complains to everyone in the locker room about not being the number one contender, not being able to be NXT Women's Champion. And Ivy now says she was getting sick of it, and she said, I'm not scared of her. So they were going one-on-one later on tonight. A little bit more on that story. Scripps ends up talking to Axiom, and Axiom goes, what do you want? He goes, listen, we took off my mask, thank you. And since you helped me see the light, I decided to help you against Dabba-Kato. And so, but he said, thank you. He thanked Axiom, and Axiom says, so, but even though unmasked, he wants to be still known as Scripps, like it's a street name or something like that. So Scripps, he'll remain Scripps, but he'll be unmasked. So really, really cool. They decided to stick with the name. Wes Lee and Tyler Bate took on the Dyad in a tag team matchup, but during the tag team matchup, Mustafa Ali ended up showing up. I'm like, what? Mustafa Ali looks like he decided to go to NXT and away from the main roster, Raw or SmackDown, and he was a free agent. Mustafa Ali knows something. And then he joined Booker T and Vic Joseph on commentary, explaining why he's here and why he's there. But during the matchup, Ivy Nile came back out to attack Ava Raine, and then the Creeds were brawling with the Dyad after the matchup, and Wes Lee and Tyler Bate did pick up the victory. And then Joe Gacy attacked both Tyler Bate and Wes Lee, but then Mustafa Ali says, I've had enough, jumps in the ring, attacks Joe Gacy, and it seems like to me, and then he lifted up the wrists of both Tyler Bate and Wes Lee. This is going to be interesting with Mustafa Ali. But the surprises are not ending there tonight. I'll explain more. Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey decided to train, and then Thea Hale goes, you know what, I need to improve better. Duke, let me go. And he goes, fine, do it. So Drew Gulak was willing because Drew Gulak goes, okay, we're gonna teach you. So, and then they started training a little sparring with Charlie Dempsey with Chase U. So that's pretty cool. Tiffany Stratton championship celebration. Invited the women's locker room. At first, they didn't show. They didn't show up, and then as Tiffany keeps running her mouth, they end up showing up. But then afterwards, Thea Hale punched Tiffany Stratton in the face. Fallon Henley, Roxanne Perez, and Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria did a drop kick, and they were chasing Tiffany Stratton in the ring, and she was throwing her little temper tantrum like a little girl. But she is the NXT Women's Champion. Then Earl Mensa, Lash Legend, and Jakara Jackson confront Trick Williams, and they start insulting Trick Williams. Trick Williams started insulting them back. A little exchange of words. But then Danny Palmer was in the ring, saying that, found out that Sol Ruka will be out for a year due to the injuries that were perpetrated by this mystery attacker. And she says she's not leaving this ring until she finds out who the attacker is. And then they were showing the Titantron, which all the victims of the attacker. And then what about the attacker is about to take off her identity, her hood. The attacker came in the ring, hit Danny Palmer with an Michinoku driver. And then she took out the mask, and I called it. It was Blair Davenport all along. It was Blair Davenport. I called it. I said it. I said a few weeks ago, I said I will not be surprised if it's Blair Davenport, because I know she's the only woman sadistic enough to do it. Lo and behold, it was Blair Davenport. Knew it. I knew it. I called it. I knew it. I knew it was Blair freaking Davenport. Anybody believe me? No. I'm kidding. I knew it was. So that adds up to the interest in the women's division as well. I thought it would be Stevie Turner. We have not seen Stevie Turner in quite a while. Malik Blade and Idris Enofe were talking to Eddie Thorpe about Eddie Thorpe's match with Damon Kempkus running his mouth, disrespecting Eddie Thorpe. Eddie Thorpe wanted to go after her. Blade and Enofe were holding him back a little bit. So there's that. Chain Stacks Lorenzo wanted to get revenge for, what happened to his boss, Tony D'Angelo, who took mug shots earlier on, and against Joe Coffey, but and you think that with Wolfgang and Mark Coffey out of the building, Channing Stacks Lorenzo stands a good chance. But Joe Coffey did end up picking up the victory over Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Mr. Stone confronted Von Wagner after what happened when Von Wagner got disqualified for attacking Luca Crucifino, and then he goes, just go see a therapist, okay? I think that it'll take the therapist to make Von Wagner explain about that picture when he was a kid and had stitches across his head. Maybe there's something going on. Ivy Nile went one-on-one with Cora Jade, but then Ava Raine decides to get involved during the matchup. And Cora Jade took advantage of that situation and ended up picking up the victory over Ivy Nile. Hank Walker and Tank Ledger were talking about their matchup against each other. And then they said, well, when they were putting each other to the test by saying the same thing over again. Enofe and Blade decided they're going to try their luck and try to do the same thing as, and goes, hey, listen, it doesn't work. One matchup, it doesn't work for anything else. It doesn't match, it doesn't mean, but it means different. So they decided to try it, and they weren't working. I don't know what it is. So, best movie, Jaws. Funny guys. Funny guys, Ledger and Walker are. And Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Diamond Mine, and Ivy Nile fed up. Here's the ironic part. Ivy Nile was part of the Titan Games. And the Titan Games were hosted by The Rock. Whose father is The Rock, and Ivy Nile is going to fight Ava Raine, who is, in real life, the daughter of The Rock. Irony? Anyways, Ivy Nile decided to challenge Ava Raine, and then the Creed brothers called out Dyad, so and the rest, all of Schism came out to confront them, and officials and referees had to separate the two of them. So So the NXT title was on the line. Carmelo Hayes against Heritage Cup champion versus champion. And because thanks to Oro Mensah, Lash Legend, and Jakara Jackson Shenanigans, they had Trick Williams banned from the building. So and then when Oro Mensah got involved, Dragon Lee and Nathan Frazier decided to even the score. And then Noam Dar was distracted as well. But Carmelo Hayes took advantage of that situation and ended up picking up victory, retaining his title. Now, remember I said the surprises weren't done? You saw Mustafa Ali, you saw the return of Blair Davenport, and as Carmelo Hayes was leaving the ring, some big, tall, bald guy, and at first I thought it was Rip Fowler. I was like, why would he attack Carmelo Hayes? Found out it was Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is now NXT, and he attacked. He freaking attacked Carmelo Hayes. Oh boy. That's all I'm going to say on that matter is oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Are we in for a world of craziness? Baron Corbin back in NXT and challenging for the NXT Championship. It's about time, too. So, hey, people want to see Baron Corbin. Mustafa Ali never got a chance to be part of NXT, but now this is a chance for Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin also is undrafted free agent, so they get to go anywhere. In this case, I think NXT would best. We'll see. We shall see. That's all the time we have on the show. NXT Event Center for May the 30th, 2023. Fallout from Battleground. And will be more episodes. Tomorrow we got Wild Wednesday. And also the AEW Dynamite Fallout from Double or Nothing. That'll be tomorrow. Until the next episode comes rolling around, this is episode 609 of Eric Lima Shenanigans in 1977. So, as for this episode, I'll see you on the next episode. Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do for Bob Saget production, and in association with A Sweet Bofa Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.